I would say I don't know who needs to hear this, but I do. And it's the 300,000 black women that just got laid off. Pull up and listen for a sec, because your good sister in layoff has been there. And what I want to tell you and remind you of is God is able. Always. I got laid off in 2023 from a huge tech company. Then I got another job. Then I got laid off in 2024, girl. Okay? So that devastation that you feel, that feeling of being robbed, that feeling of I put my entire heart in this shit, I worked overtime, I worked twice as hard, I moved up, I did what I was supposed to do, and you still did this, I know that feeling. That feeling of having your identity wrapped up in a company and you were the girl that worked at X, Y, and Z and now you're not, I know that feeling. And let me tell you that this is just a season. This is just a season. But I want to first acknowledge that it's a devastating season. And I also want to let you know that it is not personal. Please hear me, and I'm going to say that again. Your layoff was not personal. We're not going to get into the reasons because everyone's situation is different, but it wasn't personal. So do not take it as I did what I was supposed to do and still got screwed, so what's the point? Do not let that demon of a thought settle into your soul. Do not. Because that is what will keep you from your next blessing. If you identify as a loser, then you can't get the blessings that are titled for winners. It won't reach your address. Okay? And I want to tell you this. Your belief right now is the partner that you need to your skills. You have the skills. You just need to believe. There are 300,000 other jobs somewhere. I don't care if they're in this country, out of this country, contract work, part-time, start a business, start a consulting, start doing content. I don't care. There is something out there with your name on it. Because if God could find me a job 2 times, I feel like finesse 2 times, okay? In a year, it can happen for you. I know how it feels to go from making 6 figures to filing unemployment 2 times, okay? I know how it feels to go from having a healthy savings to $0. I know how it feels to lose your job with absolutely no notice. There's no 2 weeks. But what I want to tell you is that every time the money ran out, God sent more. Every time. Every time I lost an opportunity, God sent another one. Let me tell y'all that in the middle of my second layoff, little testimony, in the middle of my second layoff, I got a phone call. And I got that phone call 3 days after I went into anaphylaxis from my allergies. First time that had ever happened to me, I almost died in my sleep. 3 days later, I got a call from the producers of Love and Hip Hop Miami to go coach for an episode of their show. They flew me out 48 hours later. That episode didn't air, but literally as my bank account was about to hit 0, that payment hit and carried me over for the next little while. And it let me know God is listening. And he's dropping blessings out of nowhere, y'all. And when I'm telling you, the work that you've done that you think does not matter does. And I'm going to tell you why. When I interviewed for the thing, the producer asked me, have you ever worked with artists or celebrities or anything of that nature? Because you're going to be working with a music artist. I said, yeah, I used to work for a company and I did like wellness programming, and some of the people that we had come in to do mental health and wellness programming were artists. One of them was Ace Hood. Literally, as I said that name, the producer's face lights up and he goes, what? That's my boy. I didn't realize Ace was on the show. Okay, so that thing that I did for free many years ago that I thought didn't matter, and I just did it out of the love of my heart, and I was bitter that then people overlooked me for X, Y, and Z, ended up being the thing that got me an opportunity in the middle of a season that I could have counted as me being out of here. There are 10 million other testimonies I could give you as to how I got back to where I am right now. In fact, I'm at a higher position now than when I got laid off the first time. Because God is that able. He's like that. So I want you to dig back into the bag of your belief and throw off the bitterness that you rightfully have, but you can't stay there. You got to get up. You got to get up. Okay? As Sarah Jakes Roberts would say, girl, get up. All right? I just wanted to drop that on your spirit and encourage you. And if you need some further encouragement, drop down in the comments because I do read those every single day. And as always, Auntie loves you.